Hey everybody, Dave the AI Guide here. Welcome to another episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. And coming very soon, Shorts, which will be videos about a minute in length on all of our platforms that will be giving breaking news, because the breaking news is almost daily now. It's stunning how quickly things are changing, still behind the scenes, but as I just talked about in my last video about urban air mobility, the change will be visible very, very soon. So today we're talking about one of your favorite topics, and it's quantum computing. And there was big news this past week because Honeywell bought Cambridge's quantum computing operation. Now, who is Honeywell? Honeywell is a US-based company, aerospace and defense contractor that also had gotten into quantum computing. And Honeywell is a huge corporation, diversified in a lot of different businesses, but they understand that quantum computing is the key to their future and everyone else's future. And why did I just say that? Well, quantum computing will take regular computing to a whole new level, and it will put AI on steroids. And we've talked about that on a couple of videos. But this Honeywell acquisition of Cambridge quantum computing in the UK, but they're not only in the UK. Cambridge Quantum Computing also has US and Japanese operations. Quantum computing is in a transition phase, as we've talked about, because these computers require extremely cold temperatures, are very difficult to build, and are very, very expensive. And you can't have one just sitting around anywhere, but big cloud providers are starting to roll out hybrid computing environments that include both traditional computing and quantum computing. So quantum computing is starting to creep into the mainstream through this hybrid cloud approach, number one. Number two, quantum computing is starting to be better and better understood from a technical perspective that will allow it to solve more and more complex problems. So we know, because we talked about it in a different video, that quantum supremacy was achieved in California between Google, UCSB, and UC Berkeley a couple of years ago. And that was a complete breakthrough. A quantum computer solved a mathematical problem that could literally almost never be solved by traditional computers, because it would take more than 10,000 years. So this is the power of quantum computing to solve the world's most difficult issues. And this is why Honeywell bought Cambridge, because scale is important in these businesses. Their biggest competitor is probably IBM, which has a significant quantum computing enterprise going on, headquartered for the moment at their Thomas J. Watson Research Center. But this is starting to go mainstream. It's not at the point where you can have on-prem quantum computers yet, even at the biggest corporations, but you can certainly use them through this hybrid cloud approach. And what are some of these difficult problems? Well, how about protein mapping? Because many of the most intractable diseases in the world are caused by proteins gone awry. An example of this is cancer, right? Cancer is uncontrolled cell growth, and it's caused by a switch in a protein that triggers this uncontrolled cell growth. And proteins are very, very tricky. There is no model today that can show exactly how any specific protein works for sure, or how it might mutate like this to trigger cancer. But it's getting closer and closer. That breakthrough will come, and when it comes, they will be able to come up with a cure for things like cancer. And probably another one that fits this is Alzheimer's disease. So we're stepwise starting to get pretty close to solving some of these very, very intractable problems. Traditional computers, even at scale with a cloud, are not powerful enough to model proteins, but a quantum computer is. And so these are the applications that will be used for quantum computing initially, but it will rapidly spread after that. And with its integration with AI, will drive robotics forward. And then that's where we get to 100% automated factories with no humans in them, 100% automated vehicle fleets with no humans in them, 100% air traffic automated with no humans piloting them. This is going to profoundly change the world, and you need to prepare for that. So where are humans going to be involved in this whole process? They will be involved in programming for quantum computing and AI, and they will be involved in operations. We talked about machine learning operations being one of the big trends of 2021, meaning someone has to run these computers and algorithms and monitor them and make sure that they're working properly. So humans will still be involved. This is critical. And so get on a career path where you are going to be protected for the next 30 years of your career. And obviously I'm speaking to younger people here, people in high school, college, and just out of college and starting your careers. As quantum computing improves, and it is an exponential technology, exponentially improving along with AI and robotics and the other exponential technologies, the work landscape will change dramatically. So you want to learn more and more about AI and technology and stay abreast, but especially AI, because it's the driver behind all these other technologies and the continuing breakthroughs that will come. So we have a free resource right here. Click the link. You'll learn a lot more about AI, much more than we can teach in these videos. Also, we'll have a new resource coming out that will give you the opportunity to learn coding from home in your free time and change your career path into a sustainable career path. So thank you so much. Quantum computing, again, exponential technology, exponentially improving. The purchase by Honeywell of Cambridge increases the scale, increases the pool of expertise, and will increase the exponential rate of improvement of quantum computing, along with all the competitors out there, IBM and others. So thanks, stay in touch. We'll see you next time here on the AI Guide.